Not just time for Fearless Friday, but also time to get some movie reviews from Michael Cook. We've got a review of, what, Pinocchio and Nope.
Yep.
Nope.
Yes.
Nope. Yes. Which one do you want to do first?
Let's talk about Pinocchio.
Okay.
This premiered today on Disney+. It's the only place you can see it. It's the sort of live-action version of the classic tale of Pinocchio. Tom Hanks plays Geppetto. He's a shop owner who creates a puppet and wishes it could be a boy. And lo and behold, the Blue Fairy, played by Cynthia Erivo, makes it into not a fully real boy, but a, close enough facsimile of a young boy, a wooden boy who wants to be a real boy. Of course, we all know the 1940 animated movie that's a classic, which I haven't seen probably since I was a kid, so I have no frame of reference to a lot of the story. But there's a lot of adventure in terms of he goes off to school, but then actually gets caught up in frankly gets sold into being a puppet at a show with Stromboli. Keegan-Michael Key plays the so-called honest John, who deceives him.
Who's not so honest?
Who's not so honest. That's why I put the air quotes, even though you didn't see it. So look, this is directed by Robert Zemeckis, who's done a lot of fantastic movies over the years. So visually, this is a very impressive film.
It looks good.
Does very believable in all shapes and form, but not to be too cliche. You hear the butt coming, but it's wooden as Pinocchio himself. I mean, just the script, it's just boring. I mean, like in the first 10 minutes, you're just sort of stuck in that shop of Geppetto, and you're like, come on, let's move it along, folks. Let's get the story rolling. It's not particularly that magical. The voices of Pinocchio, it just sounds like he's in a sound booth doing his reading. Obviously it's a wooden boy, but you still don't get a sense of any kind of life. Look, your kids may like it if they're young enough, so they'll probably enjoy it. So my review is kind of based on what an adult might think when they see it.
Not the kid.
And you'll be bored to death, frankly. I'm probably being generous with my score. I give it a 7 out of 10, just because it was visually impressive, but the rest of it, I just was not that impressed.
So you sit down with your kids, let's watch this, and then, hey, the movie starts. You want some popcorn? I'll go get you some popcorn.
Come back
and
an
you
hour
come
later.
back.
Exactly. That's how you do it.
You missed that first 10 minutes at least.
Exactly.
All right, let's go to Nope.
Let's talk about Nope. This actually was in the theaters. It just premiered on streaming services where you can rent it. This is from director Jordan Peele. The story, it's Daniel Kaluuya and Keke Palmer, their brother and sister, who inherited their father's horse ranch, and the company was they would supply horses to various movies, like when they're cowboy flicks and things like that. But on their kind of isolated California ranch, they soon discover there is some kind of alien life force in the clouds that is wreaking havoc across their property, and they decide that they want to, they call it the Oprah moment, where they want to somehow get a picture of this thing, whatever it is, and that's how they can become rich and famous. There are a lot of layers to this movie, which I just thoroughly love. There's the basic story of some kind of monster or alien or something in the sky. I'm being vague on purpose so as not to give anything away. But then there's deeper layers of the story of Hollywood and how it sort of uses people and just sort of spits them out. There's how we feed a spectacle. It gets bigger and bigger and just sort of consumes everything. And then how Hollywood just sort of uses people and then doesn't really give them the credit they deserve. So this is a film that you just really get to watch on multiple levels. It's more than just a sci-fi horror flick, and that's what I just love. The performances are fantastic. Visual effects are very impressive. So I enjoyed this movie. You can rent it on iTunes, on Amazon Prime, so on. All in all, give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
Really enjoyed this movie.
So Nope is a yep.
Nope is a yep.
Okay.
That should be the whole tagline.
Nope is a yep.